Very warm welcome. I'm super excited. It's the first Frequency Day 2025. We are all here gathering to feel the vibe and feel the frequency. We are doing this on a global basis. And I'm amazed, excited, honored that I have some unique voices here today from all over the world, and a couple of them also from Switzerland, like myself. I want to start with what is a frequency day and why are we doing a frequency day? And I'm really, really proud that we have Martina with us, who is the founder of the Frequency School, together with a wonderful person we met in Davos with Major, who is a rapper and a musician. And Martina is also from Switzerland, but she has 8 different languages or even more now in Dubai. And tell us more. How did you invent the frequency school and in particular also the frequency day, which is unique and is a new day we now celebrate every year?
Thank you so much for inviting me. The Frequency School was founded last year by US Grammy nominated singer, songwriter, and producer, multi-platinum winner Major, together with our team, Kingsley Lee and Aaron, to really bring sound therapy, music, wellness, mental health around the world, and in specific to educate people about the physical and mental benefits of sound frequency. So we've been traveling around the world to 12 countries over the past 12 months, really speaking to business executives, but also charity organizations, children, people from all walks of life. We're now also developing scientific research about the health benefits of sound frequencies, teaming up with universities and academic institutions and clinics and hospitals. We're developing kinetic art, sculptures, and immersive installations around the world. And we're rolling out our impact initiative, which is a philanthropic initiative to bring our work to underprivileged communities and children. And of course, we still do a lot of events and experiences as well. Earlier this year, we set a new Guinness World Records with many of you, especially Efi and Carina here on the call, also participating with the 195. The 195 is the first song in history that brings every country on the planet together. There are 195 countries according to the United Nations. We use the 528 love frequency. It's called the 528 hertz, and the sound of birds and the heartbeat of women. One woman from every country said the word equality in her mother language or native tongue. So that was the first news moment we had this year with the Guinness World Records. And then I had another idea which came up one day, and I was like, well, there are so many international days around the world. International Women's Day, Day of the Refugee, UN AIDS Day, the Day of the Arabic Language, and so on. But one thing that combines everyone, that connects humanity, is frequencies. Everything is frequency, right? Everything is energy. And I'm like, why is there not an international day on frequencies? So I thought, okay, World Frequency Day is my next big thing. And we went to the United Nations General Assembly in New York City in September, declared it there during an event. And now every year it is going to be celebrated and marked as the World Frequency Day on 11/11. The number one, of course, symbolizes unity. And so our goal is really with World Frequency Day to bring people together, to spread harmony, resonance, peace, and unity. And hopefully we have a big global impact. We have three flagship events on 11/11 here in Dubai, and then dozens of satellite events around the world. There are so many people who are now jumping on board. It's a grassroots movement. It has a ripple effect across the globe. It's just absolutely incredible how people are resonating and vibing with the World Frequency Day. All volunteers, all, super intentional and impactful people who want to do something good for the world. So we're very excited about this first World Frequency Day.
Marta, I think you're muted.
I'm still on mute. I think we all share a lot in common here from a mission point of view. You mentioned also immersive technology and how we can use immersive technology. We have also an expert today, LMDesign8. She's part of the choice community. And choice community is really for diversity, inclusion, and making immersive experiences, digital experiences in a very safe environment. We know a lot of people have fear. Technology is also not something we trust when we see digital clones and twins and everything can be copied. So it's important that we deliver and that we develop and share experiences together, how we make our world more healthy, how we make our world more also abundant for everyone. And with that, I would love to share a thought with you with my friend Efi, who is one of the top global influencers in fintech, but she is also one of the top people in mindfulness and thinking beyond just fintech space or going even into deeper into financial well-being and health as a whole. And Efi, can you tell us a little bit more about why we find frequency is the universe?
Thank you, Martha, and thank you, Martina. I have to, everybody has to agree with me that your energy, both of your energies are already apparent. We feel it, right? Imagine if we were actually in the same room. We all know that, you know, the universe is frequency. And let me share with you a couple of pieces of wisdom, really, that I hope will resonate and weave together a story about the fact that both science and ancient wisdom agree that our reality is energy, is frequency. Bear with me 1 minute to share my screen. So I might have sounded a bit poetic when I said that everything in our universe is frequency, but I'd like to invite you to consider the fact that if we think beyond our senses, our 6 senses, beyond the 3-dimensional reality that we live in and think that that's the reality, we all suspect that there's something beneath that. And we have major scientists that have talked about that. Quantum physicists have really deepened and thought about what there is behind or beneath, if you want, the surface reality that we feel in these 3 dimensions. David Bohm, celebrated quantum physicist, called this the implicate order. And what he's really meaning when he talks about the implicate order that is beyond our 3-dimensional senses, he means that there's a symphony of frequencies that is invisible, and that is what weaves everything under what is visible. And he's not alone. Albert Einstein, he also spoke about the fact that the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. So what does he mean? He means that every atom, every object, even every thought, that's all frequency, and it is the way that our minds connect with the field. Even Nikola Tesla, a century ago, he said that if we want to understand the universe, the secrets of the universe, we have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. He's really referring to the only way to understand is that everything around us is pulsing energy. And even today, contemporary scientists like Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, they have developed their own theories, and they talk about the fact that there are quantum vibrations in the microtubules of our brains, and they are linked to consciousness itself. So microtubules are within the neurons of our brains, and basically the connecting tissue of everything is frequency. Everything is energy. And that all meets ancient wisdom that knew very well all this invisible reality. Let's start by looking at what Ayurvedic wisdom says, which is one of the most ancient well-being frameworks from India, that really talks about that our health really depends on harmonizing the energies, the doshas of our bodies. If they're in harmony, then we are in absolute wealth in every way, physical, mental, emotional. And if we are in imbalance, then we have discomfort and disease. There's other sacred frameworks that agree with the fact that sound and frequency is what allows us to have intuition, vision, what allows us to transform. Indigenous cultures knew that. In ancient Greece, Pythagoras taught that music could heal the soul. Shamans, healers, and spiritual leaders, they've all been using chanting and sound and rhythms to go into deeper realms, again, beyond the three-dimensional reality that we observe, beyond the surface, really. And why does this all matter today? Why are we celebrating the Frequency Day? It's really to remind us that anything living, be it nature, be it our bodies, everything, the entire universe is really singing. And our job is to listen and then just sing along with the universe. And with that note, I will stop here and give it over to Marta.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the beautiful insights and connecting science and frequency. A lot of us might not have known the depths of it and the thousands of years this is already there. And it seems like through Martina and the team, we are now rediscovering the frequency, and we can celebrate it beyond even the Frequency Day, which I find is very important. So we are re-exploring what it has been there for thousands of years, and we now have to make sure that we don't lose that wisdom. So let me share with you also the continuation. We hear a lot about technology and innovation, and where does it all fit into with nature and with our human body, with our soul. I'm hoping, let me see that I can share this right now. Oh, let me go back. I think I have to just give me 1 second. Yes. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me go. So these are the frequency waves. Also, we have seen in the Frequency Day and your beautiful colors, Martina, which I picked up. And I want to talk about beyond code. We hear about vibe coding. So there is vibe, the frequency and the code. We hear a lot about technology and innovation. A lot of people are very scared. So innovation is, for me, also very clear with the human soul. And the future is not about technology. The future is really about us. It's about us as humans. And let's start with where we all come from. We come from nature. We all enjoy nature. We are very fortunate here in Switzerland because I can go out of the door and I have beautiful nature around me. I have beautiful lakes. I have a second place, as some of you know, in Mallorca, and it looks exactly like that. I wish I would be there today because we have a lot of fog. But above the fog, where we go tomorrow, there is also a beautiful space in Switzerland. If we look at nature, then nature also has some economics behind it. So we can connect that with real numbers. More than half of global GDP is dependent on nature. It's 44 trillion. That's a huge number, which we sometimes forget. Nature is not a luxury. It's also, we totally depend on nature, not only for our health, but also for our economic growth. And if we look what is at risk because of all the actions also human take, including us, we have a huge risk for these little beautiful animals, which I created for you. We have 235 to 577 billion per annum a risk because the flowers are no longer there, which were there before. And it's very hard also in this heat for these beans and other flying animals to really do their job, you can say. The value of whales is not only that these are beautiful creatures, but they also convert CO2. So it's estimated that alone the value of whales is $1 trillion. And if we look at the second part, so nature is important to us, but human loves to connect with humans. So as much as we have seen in the latest Stanford study, people talk to ChatGPT and use it for personal growth advice and for therapy, people still have top number one connections with humans. The human connection, no matter if we have humanoid robots or if we talk to a very, very nice agent, is something different because the energy level, which also Efi explained, is very different. We have a different frequency with nature, we have a different frequency with humans, and we have a different frequency with technology machines, as I would call them. And if we look at our population, then we have some major trends. So in 2050, we have around 1.7 billion more people. And the more people we have, we also have to cater for those people. And we see that the world population is unfortunately developing more in less developed countries. So it will be a huge problem because the divide between what people can access, how education is taking place, is huge. So the population alone in sub-Saharan Africa will double from 2020 to 2050. So it will be huge what we have to deliver also to those people who are in need. We also have age differences. So we see that we have a lot of elderly people already also, like we can see in Europe. We have in Niger, the average age is, for example, 17.7 years, whereas in South Korea, 56.7. So our world is really heavily aging. And in 2050, there will be more than 1.6 billion aged over 65 plus years. And we have even 3.2 million age 100 plus. So this is fantastic because on one side, we have a lot of more and better healthcare. We know better how to become and be and stay healthy. But there are also a lot of people who need more help, who need more support. And we don't have enough people to support this population and the people development. If we look at technology and innovation and bring this into context with growth and numbers, we see that technology and innovation really drives also prosperity. So Switzerland very clearly high on top, Singapore high on top. Where we have top technology, top innovation, we have very prosperous environment. And like we see in Switzerland, Switzerland is the top number one in the global innovation index for, I think now, even 12 years. So let's imagine and let's create a future. And that's really also what the frequency day is about, where we have no limits. We have the limits, yes, we have today, but these are really the starting point for tomorrow, where we go. And let's look at nature. Nature is really fantastic because nature becomes our blueprint. We listen, and Efi has highlighted this. Let's listen to what is around it. Let's listen to this special energy fields, and let's also remind ourselves of the 2000 plus years wisdom we have. And this is one of the really top examples where a young guy who was 16, 17 years old saw something detrimental to the oceans. We all know we have this huge patches in the oceans. And he saw a manta ray and how the manta ray can cope and can get all the fish into his mouth and into his body to eat them up. So he created something quite similar. He created the ocean cleanup, and that is now also with inceptors taking huge amounts of the ocean plastic away. Obviously, we should avoid and say no to plastic, but we have so many huge batches that we also need means to avoid it. So this is a very typical biomimicking where we see what is in nature and also try to convert this to technology. This is another one.
Operate that arm when it's not attached to you.
Yes. So that's the thing, and we've posted about it on social media, and that's what everybody is like, this is crazy,
We've got to see this.
We have
I'll just help
completely wireless, so you can actually just detach the hand like that.
You're thinking about it.
And I can still operate it the same way as if it was attached. Make it move.
That is
across the
incredible.
table.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So it can do little tasks.
It still scares me if I see that. But again, it's a bionic hand. It looks like our hand. And this girl was 15 years old when she got meningitis, and she lost basically her hands, her arms. And with our new technology, with those bionic hands, and you can see she's one of the greatest role models how to cope with this situation. And she is developing it together with the co-founders of Open Bionic. Again, nature is our blueprint. We have high technology in our body and our cells. And with technology, we are able to complement and also take care of disability and weaknesses, which we couldn't do otherwise. This one is another one which I find super exciting, is nanobots, which go into your blood and are able to destroy cancer cells from the inside. And if we look at frequency,
This
is
underwater
what you have
speaker
to
is
watch.
playing a song that's bringing coral reefs back to life. Can you guess what song it is? So basically, healthy coral reefs are full of sounds from all the wonderful marine life in them, and these sounds attract young fish and coral larvae. But when reefs are damaged, they go silent. So scientists worked out that if they played the sounds of healthy reefs near damaged ones, it actually tricked fish and coral larvae into returning to these areas, and it actually worked. In the Caribbean, they placed coral larvae on underwater speakers playing reef sounds and compared it to a control group nearby with no sound. They found that coral exposed to healthy reef sounds settled 70% more often, and in some spots up to 700% more. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse habitats on the planet, but over the last 30 years, 25% of them have vanished and many more are in poor health. So simple solutions like this could help us initiate and accelerate reef recoveries. Tap like if you're a fan of this idea and follow for more solutions saving our ocean.
How beautiful is this? You have music and you can restore coral reefs. And this is not theoretically, this is, for example, already used in Australia. The great, as we know, barrier reefs are under big threat. This special music is being played to recover the coral reefs, not on its own, but there are some fantastic researchers who can do that exactly how he described. It's just amazing. It just shows us also the frequency of music, how the frequency sets up energy and can change the world again. So why is this all happening now? And a lot of people are asking me, this is all coming together now, and I'm quite overwhelmed. And I think there's a huge opportunity. We are actually living in the best time of our life. We have so many options. And this shows you, this is from ARK Investment, what and how this all connects. So a lot of people are in Web3, including LM. She will show us the immersive worlds, and we work with digital wallets. And now also at Choice Community, we work with digital identities on blockchain. And you have to see this in context. So you have to see how intelligent devices are connected with neural networks. So AI is basically weaving all these different technologies together, if it's healthcare, or if it's mobility, or if it's 3D printing, or even 3D walls. And this is what we have to understand, this big convergence of technology, which ARK also describes with puts a value on of 230 trillion in total in 2050. So huge value creation, but not only that, as we have seen from the previous examples, it can truly help us as a society to help to create abundance for all and access and much more diversity if we use it right. So shaping our future really requires imagination, leadership, and wisdom. This is what we require from leaders. And Efi and myself, in the last VTech together, we presented this also to the entire community there. It is one of the biggest conferences. And we clearly said these are the leaders we want. We want the leaders who have imaginations. We want the leaders with wisdom who understand also what we learned in 2000 years plus before. And obviously, we want to have leaders who have high empathy. So which world do we really want to live in?
I know what is right. I know what is wrong. I know what I want. And you?
I want a world where technology innovates and inspires, a world where diversity and inclusion drive progress, where respect for nature and the protection of all living beings are at the heart of human-centered technology, technology that reminds us of our humanity, connecting hearts, minds, and ecosystems.
This is what I want. What kind of world do you want to live in?
So for all of us, I believe it's very, very clear this is the world we want to live in. And this was a video created by one of the fantastic creators in our community at Choice. And if you want the name, obviously contact me. She's just also one of the most wonderful people, like LM and all the other people who are here. We stand for diversity. We stand for the mission. This is really the world we want to live as, and this is why we use the Frequency Day to remember and to remind us and to come together. And with that, I would love to hear from what Martina mentioned before, from our voices of equality. And let's start with Carina. Who are you? I know you very well, but tell us a little bit about you, because you also have an amazing journey. You are a journalist, but you are, I would call it, a journalist beyond journalism. So if you could tell us what frequency means for you and who you are.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you so much for sharing these wonderful facts, this wonderful presentation that I absolutely enjoy. Well, and I like the fact that you mentioned beyond journalism, because journalists are creative storytellers, and that's why I would love to define myself more as a creative storyteller, sharing people's stories and journeys. I also, starting a little bit from my background, I'm an award-winning tech journalist, also Guinness World Records title holder, because I was really honored to be part of this journey with you guys about the Frequency School. And what I can share is definitely that the word frequency for me, it's since I was very young, I was always passionate about personal development, about frequency, even though as a child, I didn't really know what the word frequency means or what kind of attributes will be. But I was really introduced to this kind of spirituality word since I was a kid, probably. And it's always from us women, right? Because always when we think about the planet Earth, we think about something motherly, we think about feminine energy. And I think it was also one of the key words from this year, like the masculine and the feminine energy. And when we think about technology empowering humanity, we definitely think about embracing the masculine and the feminine energies here. And we definitely think more about healing. So for me, it was deeply rooted in my core as a journalist, because we are working with other human beings, right? So when we think about the multiple jobs, when we think about technology empowering each one of us in a very different and creative way, when we think about art, when we think about music, I think they're all interconnected. And I like this kind of connectivity with people, because when I think about energy, I think that even now we are exchanging energy. We are always functioning on a deeper level. And I think that technology will just empower that. So for me, frequency is just like a base, that's where we are starting off as humans, because behind all these kind of technologies, there is always humanity. And I liked when I also talked with some of the technology experts, they also mentioned to me that they're very they're always, their main goal is actually to empower humanity. And I think that whether we are journalists, and Martina knows that, I think that for us it's definitely, it definitely starts from the inside and from how are we feeling. Because as journalists, I like to think that we are inspiring people in different kind of ways. So for me, frequency, it's something powerful, something magic. It's something that we can actually see, but it's definitely rooted in our core. And also a little bit about myself, I definitely consider myself also a very creative person. And for example, just seeing how the world is quickly developing right now, I think that definitely art is one of the favorite subjects that I have when I'm going to different museums. And I see that at the core of everything is also frequency. So for me, I can't really think about something specific, but I can definitely think about something inspiring, if it really makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Thanks a lot for sharing these deep insights with us and also where you come from as a storyteller. It's just beautiful, and I love how you tell the stories. I know you interviewed Efi and myself, so you were so in Davos. Yeah, that was really absolutely amazing and joyful. And I know your knowledge at the same time is also very deep in technology. So thank you for sharing this. Yeah. Martina, what is, in one sentence, in a nutshell, what is frequency for you?
Frequency is the basis of humanity. It weaves us all together in one unity and is the future of humanity.
Thank you. Efi?
Whoa, where shall I start?
No, one sentence.
One sentence. One sentence is when I think of the frequency that my heart emits and my brain emits, and every organ of this, our intelligent, super intelligent body, it gives me goosebumps that, we don't honor this intelligence every single moment. We are a miracle. And around us, there are so many other miracles that are invisible. And when I think of frequency, I think of, could I be somehow with some technology that I could see the miracles that are going on around us because of the exchange of energy between us and nature. I think of going and hugging a tree trunk, swimming in the sea, those simple things that are really all about exchanging energy with nature. So I'll stop there.
No, it's beautiful. I think next time when we go walking, I want to see with a big tree. A friend of mine is actually a shamanin, so she is very connected to the earth, and I think I always, when I see her and when I see how she does it, then I always feel, yeah, we are going back with in ancient times and somehow revive what, and every one of us has this capabilities, but we somehow have to reactivate them. The connection with the body and the soul. The connection with the body and the soul, I feel, is very, very strong with LM. And LM, I also would love you if you could introduce yourself. You are one of the amazing people who wonder in the miracles between the real and the virtual world. And I would always say that the people like you and our friend Alex are making the virtual world reality. So you are in this multi-sensory environment, and we usually meet in the virtual world. Today we are in the half real world where we are on Zoom. We are not in any kind of metaverse. So tell us about you and tell us, I know frequency is so close to your heart that without even talking about it is sounds absurd, but share with us your insights and share with us how you live frequency and how we can also use virtual worlds for healing, for connecting with ourselves.
Hello, you beautiful souls. I am LMDesigns8, a healing multidimensional creator, founder of LM Designs LLC, and I have many titles, but here today I'm present as a healing experience architect and a Choice DAO member. Today I am honored to share how frequency has transformed my life and how I now use it to help others heal themselves. I live with Lyme disease and scoliosis and neurospiciness. The conditions shaped my body and mind in ways that were often painful and very misunderstood by those who were supposed to treat me and help me and care about my situation instead of just seeing me and my issues as dollar signs. I was told the only way to be well was taking medicine that my body is allergic to, and that wasn't an option. So what that led me to do was it opened a portal, an invitation to explore healing beyond the conventional. The portals led me to frequency. Through mindfulness and sound bowl meditation, I was able to, I apologize. There we go. Making sure that I'm still connected. I was able to find help in what I needed. Solfeggio frequencies and everything helped me discover the power of vibrational healing. This was more than just tools. This was a lifeline. So frequency has always been that for me. And within that, I birthed infinite breath. My meditation realm built on unity and deployed through spatial. It's a realm that allows one to explore vibrational healing, meditation, the 7 main chakra energies, and it teaches the 4-7-8 breathing technique. With this realm, there are sound meditation stations that you can pop into, and you are able to be surrounded by and play the frequencies that are embedded in my NFT collection that mirrors and animates the techniques that correspond with the 7 main chakras. You can meditate solo or together, run through yoga sections, or stretch with your favorite avatars as you see here. You are able to fly around and be immersed in all of the things that we have created. You can wrap in different auras that call to you and even dance, being one of my Chakrafly avatars that I created. I even used Move AI to capture my movements, fully immersing my frequencies throughout the realm so that you can actually, as an emote, use LMDesigns8 moves and grooves to charge your energies how you find and feel fit. With that, when you enter the realm, you are able to follow the paint pour dripped breath sphere. It's simple, accessible, and profoundly regulating. You inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This breath pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calms the mind, and restores balance. I teach it not as a guru, but as a peer, because it's not something I do to heal others. It's something I invite others to do to heal themselves. Infinite Breath is my favorite forever digital living piece of art that encourages healing through gamification. I want the world to heal through pockets of joy, moments of peace, and together through immersion. I design immersive branded experiences that blend XR, sound, and breath work and healing elements. My artwork and workshops are not just beautiful and educational, they're transformational. They are the spaces where the neurodivergent creators send chronic illness warriors and curious minds can feel seen, heard, and empowered. And that brings me to Choice, the DAO where I found community, alignment, and purpose. Choice isn't just a group, it's a philosophy and a wondrous community. Choice DAO nurtures inclusivity and honoring each member's voice, every lived experience, and every healing path. In Choice, we are able to do things and go further. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword, it's practice. It's embedded in how we vote, in how we build, and how we show up. Being a Choice DAO member means I get to co-create and make wonderful things that I value. I live by inclusivity and resonance, and it is all brought together within this community. So I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you who are here today, and where my journey and healing is and comes together is here with you all in these experiences, in these moments. So we gratefully celebrate World Frequency Day, and thank you for celebrating with us. I created a special badge for anyone who visits Infinite Breath on 111 and is part of the World Frequency Day celebration. And I want to encourage everyone right now. I just want to invite you to take a little breath with me. So let's do a little round of 4-7-8, because this is the moments where frequency is all coming together and we're vibrating together. So with that, I encourage everyone to inhale for 4, hold for 7, 6, exhale for 8. You are your own healer. Your breath is your medicine. Your frequency is your power. And always remember, like LMDesigns8 loves to say, love self, love others, and love oh so often. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you for these badges. If you can maybe send them separate to us, that would be amazing. Because then we can use them, we can experience them, and we can have our own chakra. I think it's Snapchat probably you use for this, yes. So we can try it with Snapchat on the frequency day. We can be part of the movement. Thanks for showing us your world and our world, how this connect with each other. You are, I think, not only in art, in fashion, and in some space we yet have to discover. In my mind, it's absolutely beautiful, and I think Martina, you saw a lot of the things you do in the frequencies. It looks like your space to go for frequency and for healing. So definitely, if from the frequency school you would like an immersive space for frequency, then Choice Community will be able to help you. I mean, they've done so many different spaces, and in my space, they helped me to do all the yoga movements and the dance and all the stuff, so that we feel the vibe. Yeah. Thanks a lot. With that, I would like to not conclude, but to open for the world and the universe of frequency, and come together and remind ourselves the beautiful souls of the world and the kindness and we have for each other. So thanks to everyone. I just want to close with everyone one word which is important to you, and it doesn't have to be frequency. So I start with Carina, the one most important word which you want everyone to know. And if we pull all these words together, we have abundance for all.
That's a brilliant question. I think that kindness, that's exactly what we need more in the world, thinking about all the, not just the geopolitical situations right now, but as the world is like being more under stress. And as I really enjoyed this presentation, I think that's exactly what the world needs right now.
Efi?
Harmony.
Yeah. Harmony with everyone, but also with your body and soul, yourself. Ellen?
Love. We need more love.
I wanted to say love, so that word is taken. Martina, you have the final closing remark.
For me, it's unity, because 1111, of course, is all about the number 1. And we are producing with the Frequency School and Major a song which is called Unity 1111. So it is going to be produced in 1111 hertz. will last 11 minutes and 11 seconds, the long version. We also have a short version of 1 minute and 11 seconds. And we feature voices from all 24 time zones. And they all say the word unity, as well as chant Om, which is supposed to be the universal sound. So as music is universal language, we just want to bring the whole world together and hope and wish and pray for a better future for us all.